All right, so New York City
Yeah.
apartment hunting.
Oh, yeah.
It's a beast.
It's a beast.
Right. We all know this.
You know.
Super competitive.
Very competitive.
It's confusing. And, like, don't even get me started on those broker fees.
Ugh, don't even get me started.
But what if I told you there's a service that's saying
Okay.
that they can make this whole process, like, way easier,
Interesting.
less expensive, and maybe even enjoyable?
Okay, I'm listening.
So that's what we're diving into today.
All right.
Golden Locators NYC.
Golden Locators NYC, they're trying to kind of like carve out a space for themselves in this crazy market.
Right.
And it seems like they're really focusing on the renter's experience.
Okay.
And one of their big things is that they don't charge tenants any broker fees.
Wait, stop right there. No broker fees.
No broker fees.
You have my attention.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. In a city where broker fees can easily cost you thousands of dollars.
Thousands.
That's a huge
savings.
It's a game changer potentially.
Right, but how
Right.
do they actually do that?
How do they pull that off?
Yeah.
Well, a big part of it is that they work directly with landlords.
Okay.
Specifically, landlords who list their properties as FRBO,
FRBO.
for rent by owner.
Got it.
So instead of going through a real estate agent,
Yeah.
they're connecting renters directly with these landlords.
So it's kind of like cutting out the middleman,
Exactly.
which, let's be honest, sometimes feels like more of a roadblock.
More of a headache than a help sometimes.
That's like, but so what kind of properties are we talking about here?
Okay.
Are they working with like tiny studios and like way outer boroughs?
So actually, no, they help people find all kinds of places.
Oh, okay.
Like everything from those studios in Brooklyn that you mentioned to like luxury apartments in Manhattan,
Wow.
multifamily buildings, which are basically just apartment buildings with multiple units,
Got it.
and even single family houses, like those brownstones.
A brownstone with no broker fee? Potentially.
Okay, now you're speaking my language.
Wait.
Seriously though,
Right.
for anyone listening out there, imagine like a spacious brownstone,
Yeah.
sipping your morning coffee on the stoop.
It's the dream.
Quintessential New York experience, right?
It really is.
But let's get back to Golden Locators.
Okay.
They keep using these phrases like seamless connections and transforming the rental experience.
You're right.
Is this just marketing hype,
Yeah. Is this the real deal?
or are they actually offering something different?
That's what we're trying to find out, right?
Right.
One of the biggest challenges, I think we can all agree, in the New York City rental market is that communication between landlords and tenants can be
Oh yeah.
strained.
Strained is putting it lightly.
Yeah, to put it mildly.
For sure.
So Golden Locators says they kind of bridge that gap by acting as like a facilitator.
Interesting.
They say they have a whole team that handles all the communication, scheduling, paperwork, everything.
Makes sense.
And they say this is supposed to make it, smoother and less stressful for everyone involved.
But isn't it riskier for renters to work directly with landlords?
Well,
Like, what if there are issues with the lease
yeah,
or repairs that need to be made?
right.
What happens then?
How do they handle those situations?
That's a really good question. And honestly,
Yeah.
that's where we need more information.
Okay.
Their website mentions a dedicated support team
Okay.
for landlords and tenants,
Okay.
but it doesn't really go into specifics
Right.
about how they handle disputes or like legal issues.
Okay, so that's something to think about.
Yeah, definitely something to
And
consider.
if you're thinking about using them,
For sure.
got it. But let's be optimistic for a second.
Okay.
They do say that they've helped hundreds of people find apartments
Wow.
in New York City with an average saving of $3,500 in broker fees per renter.
That's a lot of money,
It's a lot of money.
especially for someone who's like just starting out in the city.
It could be the difference between like getting your dream apartment or having to settle for something that's not quite right.
Exactly. And speaking of desirable,
Okay.
they also say that they have access to a wider pool of FRBO listings
Interesting.
than traditional real estate agencies.
So even more options.
So even more options to choose from.
I like options.
Me too.
So this all ties into their whole mission,
Nothing.
like empowering renters.
Yeah.
Giving them more choices and more control over their search.
Okay, so we've talked about their mission,
Right.
their unique approach.
Yep. Yep.
and some potential benefits.
Some pros and cons.
But here's a question for you listening.
Okay.
What really matters to you in your apartment search?
Yeah. What are your priorities?
Is it all about cost?
Right.
Or are there other things,
Like location.
location, amenity,
Amenities?
or even just like a responsive landlord
That's a big one.
that would make you choose one platform over another?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good question.
You know what's important to remember is that there's no one-size-fits-all solution here.
Right.
You have to weigh your own priorities.
Yeah,
Do your research.
for sure.
Golden Locators presents a really intriguing option for like navigating the New York City rental market.
It does.
But it's crucial to, do your own research and consider if it aligns with your needs
Definitely.
and your risk tolerance.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up this deep dive,
All right.
here's a final thought-provoking question for you.
I love these.
After hearing all of this,
Yeah.
what is one feature
Okay.
you absolutely would not compromise on
Non-negotiable.
in your next apartment search?
Ooh, good question.
Keep that in mind
Write it down.
as you explore this crazy world
Slung.
of New York City real
It's the
estate.
concrete jungle.
Exactly.
Good luck out there.
Good luck.
You got this.
We're all rooting for you.
We are.
That's it for today.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.